Why do your fish keep dying? 11 reasons and how to prevent it. Welcome, fellow fish enthusiasts. So, you've jumped into the world of fish keeping, but your finned friends are mysteriously vanishing. Don't panic. Today, we're diving into the 11 reasons behind your aquatic buddies' disappearing acts, and most importantly, how to keep them happily swimming. We've all been there. You bring home your first finned friend, and suddenly it's a tragic tale of belly-up aquatic companions. We've all faced the heartbreak. But before you blame Nemo, let's unravel the underwater enigma together. Have you ever wondered why your fish are giving you that unexpected underwater farewell? Well, there's a whole ocean of reasons behind it. Stress, tank setup, overfeeding, the list goes on. For beginners, it might seem like your fish decided to play the ultimate disappearing act for no apparent reason. While a sick fish from the beginning is possible, chances are high that your finned friend's fate is connected to something you either did or didn't do. Let's dive into the aquatic detective work. 1. Stress, the silent fish killer. Stress is like a not-so-fun game for both humans and fish. For our fishy friends, stress can even be a silent danger, leading to their unfortunate end. It's not an instant killer, though. It's more like a sneaky time bomb that can tick for days or weeks. Imagine coming home to find all your fish looking not so swimmy. It's like a fishy mystery. Why are they suddenly not okay? Stress makes it tricky to figure out because it doesn't show up right away. Your fish might have been struggling for a while before giving up the underwater battle. So, what stresses out our finned pals? Well, setting up their new home is a big deal. You'd think getting a tank, adding water, and tossing in your fish is the grand finale, but not quite. It turns out, your tank needs some friendly bacteria to keep things safe for fish. Here's the catch. These bacteria don't magically appear in a new tank. So, if you introduce your fish too soon, they could get stressed out and even kick the bucket. The solution? Cycle your aquarium, a bit like getting it ready for fishy guests. If you've already brought fish home, you can try a fish-in cycle, but be warned, it's stressful for them. Ideally, cycle first, buy fish later. 2. Setting up preferences. Now, let's talk about home sweet home. Fish have preferences too. Betta fish like calm waters, so strong currents stress them out. Plecos need cozy hiding spots, and African cichlids like their water different from cardinal tetras. If you don't set up the right environment, stress can lead to early fish farewells. So, before turning your tank into a fishy neighborhood, know what each fish prefers. It's like creating their dream home, where they're happy and not stressed out. 3. The overcrowding dilemma. Ever heard the saying, the more the merrier? Well, that's not always true in the fish world. Having too many fish in your aquarium can be like handing out a ticket for trouble, and trust me, your fish won't thank you for it. Remember that good bacteria I mentioned earlier? The one that cleans up fish waste to keep the water healthy? Well, it's like the superhero of your tank, but it has limits. If you squeeze too many fish into your aquarium, they'll produce more poop than our superhero bacteria can handle. The result? Toxic water that can say goodbye to your fishy friends. This overcrowding issue is often seen in small tanks, especially when keeping betta or goldfish. But it's not just about the number of fish. A small tank without space to swim freely can stress out your fish, leading to unexpected farewells. And here's a fish fact. Overcrowding can make your fish suffocate. Just like us, fish need oxygen to breathe. If there are too many fish in your tank, they'll be breathing faster than the oxygen can keep up, and that's bad news for them. Oh, and did I mention fish grow? Your cute little goldfish might be tiny now, but it could turn into a 10-inch giant. So, always plan for a fish's growth when setting up your tank. 4. Incompatible fish, the underwater cage fight. An important aspect is fish friendships. Not all fish get along. Some are like underwater bullies, picking fights and causing chaos. Fish like cichlids, Chinese algae eaters, blue gourami, and male betta can be troublemakers. In the wild, bullied fish could escape, but in your aquarium, it's a bit like living in a small town with no exit. Being chased and bullied by a mean fish is super stressful for your aquatic pals, and stress can lead to early goodbyes. So before you welcome new fishy buddies, check if they'll be friends or foes to keep your aquarium a peaceful paradise. 5. Overfeeding. Next is about a fishy foodie faux pas, overfeeding. It might surprise you how little our aquatic pals actually eat. Take a betta fish, for example. Those tiny micro pellets they munch on? Well, 3 of those are enough to keep them happily full. Anything more and you've entered the overfeeding zone. Why is overfeeding a big no-no? It's like making your fish's home a danger zone. Whatever goes in must come out, right? The more you feed, the more they poop. And if there's uneaten food hanging around, it turns into yucky waste, messing up the water quality. Soon enough, the water becomes toxic, and that's a fish tragedy waiting to happen. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Make sure your fish are getting the right grub. A meat-loving fish won't thrive on a diet of veggie-based fish food. 6. A happy tank, a happy fish. Now let's dive into fish housekeeping. Just like we tidy up our homes, your aquarium needs some cleaning too. Every week or two, wipe the glass, tidy up the substrate, and make sure everything's in ship shape. 7. Sudden shocks. But the real VIP of aquarium chores? The water change. You see, we can toss out our trash, but your fishes have to live in their waste. If you ignore the buildup, your fish might be swimming in some seriously risky water. So do them a favor and change out 10 to 20% of the dirty water with fresh water every week. Your fish will thank you with happy fins. Now imagine your fish moving houses. A sudden change in water temperature, pH, or salinity can be a real shocker for them, and we don't want that. When bringing new fish home or doing a big water change, think slow and steady. Gradual changes keep your fish happy and alive. 8. Bacteria bust, killing the beneficial ones. One of the silent fish killer is saying goodbye to our helpful bacteria friends. Remember when you cycled your tank? Those good bacteria moved in, working hard to keep your fishy pals healthy. Most of them live in your filter and substrate. But here's the catch. If these bacteria buddies die, your tank turns into a toxic zone, and that's bad news for your fish. How do they perish? Usually by accident. Forget to add DE chlorinator during a water change? Boom, bacteria wipeout. Chlorine is like their arch enemy, and your fishes too. Rinse your filter with the wrong water? Same result, dead bacteria. 9. Rough travel, the stressful journey. Now, imagine your fish going on a not-so-fun journey. It's like someone abducting you and putting you in a tiny cell out of nowhere. Sounds stressful, doesn't it? Well, that's how many fish feel when they travel to aquariums. If your fish is wild-caught, it made a massive journey to your local fish store, and that can stress them out. Even the last leg from the store to your home can be tough. That plastic bag they travel in has limited oxygen, and too much shaking stresses them out, making them unhealthy. 10. Disease or parasite, the health hazard. Next up, fish health. Just like us, stressed fish can catch illnesses. A happy, stress-free fish has a strong immune system, ready to fight off diseases. But stress weakens them, making them more likely to get sick and, sadly, pass away. So, keeping your fish stress-free is like giving them superhero powers against diseases. 11. The inevitable farewell, old age. Lastly, let's touch on the inevitable, old age. For beginner aquarium owners wondering why their fish left, this is the least likely reason. But if your fish had a previous owner, it's possible they just lived a full life. No fish lives forever, and one day, your lively fish will peacefully swim away. How long they live depends on the breed. Bettas might call it quits around 4 years, while a healthy goldfish can enjoy a decade-long underwater adventure. Quick recap. Maintaining a thriving aquarium is an art, and it's all about the little things. Let's quickly revisit the key tips to ensure your fish live their best lives. Properly cycle your aquarium and create a suitable environment to minimize stress. Give your fish room to swim and grow. A balanced diet and proper portions prevent water pollution and keep your fish healthy. Regularly clean the tank, perform water changes, and maintain optimal conditions for your fish. Acclimate them carefully to new environments, avoiding sudden temperature or water parameter changes. Avoid chlorine exposure during water changes and handle your filter with care to keep vital bacteria thriving. Whether from the store or a distant journey, handle your fish with care during transportation. Thanks for diving into the world of fish care with us. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more fantastic content. Now, we want to hear from you. What's your favorite fishy tale to share? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Happy fish keeping, and until next time, keep those fins swimming.